Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday, so that means it's going to be new cups at 3 p.m. CST, or I guess it's 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, and the cups this week are going to be Jungle Cup in Great League and Open Ultra League. So actually, Jungle Cup is going to last for 2 weeks. So if you want to get a team going for Jungle Cup, if you find that right team, maybe you can just last the full 2 weeks out. Jungle Cup is going to be a Vigoroth-centric meta, which I mentioned in the last video. Ultra League, we've already seen it come around once. We'll talk about the teams that I liked that first time around. And then we'll start the video with the Jungle Cup teams that I think are going to be really good and which one I'm going to use specifically. It's going to be 3 Jungle Cup teams and 4 Ultra League teams. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Like and subscribe. All right, let's see. Where did I put it? All right, so this is the first team, and I always list out the team that I think I'm going to use first. This team is going to be Vigoroth in the lead, with Mandibuzz as the safe swap and a closer of Shadow Whiscash. So the point of this team is sort of to have that safe lead in Vigoroth and even have that safe swap in Mandibuzz. So you have 2 just neutral things to a lot of the meta. And to have that closer be Whiscash. And Shadow Whiscash deal with Scald and Mudshot means it's going to throw a bunch of those Scalds. You're basically going to be trying to get a shield advantage for Whiscash, or if it ever comes up that they swap into, let's say, a Steelix. Well, Vigoroth is pretty good against Steelix, so maybe you'll stay in, get some energy, and then pop into Whiscash and then just destroy that matchup, and then have that huge energy advantage, hopefully, on Vigoroth in the back. But another thing about this team is when we're looking at a meta that is centric around one Mon, which in this case is Vigoroth, you want to be pretty neutral to good against that Mon in all the positions. Maybe not necessarily all the time, but that's the way I think of it. So Vigoroth obviously pretty good against itself. I mean neutral, and then neutral on the Whiscash and Mandibuzz. Another Mon I think is going to be really, really good in this league is Steelix, whether you're running Shadow or regular. I think I would prefer Shadow, but we have 2 answers. We're ABA strong against Steelix. We have 2 answers for that one as well. Now, Mandibuzz, not great against Steelix. It's okay, though. It's just super bulky, so it's able to just kind of outlast a bit of the Steelix damage. Plus, Steelix mainly going to... Well, we'll talk about Steelix here in a little bit, since I have another team with that one. But yeah, this is a team I'm 100% going to run, at least the first day, and I think it's going to be a really good team. All right, the second team here is... Let me see if I can move this. We'll just put it right here. Is going to be a very basic team that we've pretty much known about for forever in Open Great League. It's been around since Open Great League pretty much began was Skarmory and Swampert. But this team's going to be Skarmory with Quagsire. And then I saw someone on Twitter saying they would rather run Shadow Swampert. But I prefer Shadow Whiscash right now. In general. So you could run, I guess, any combination of these. I would definitely run Quagsire no matter what, as it has a lot more coverage than these 2. In Swampert and Whiscash, you can see they both have 2 ground moves and 1 water move, whereas the Quagsire has options of that Stone Edge to hit a lot of the flyers like Mandibuzz. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I'm trying to think of what else Stone Edge kind of hits here. I think it is kind of just Mandibuzz. Oh, and no, it does give you a little bit of outs to Abomasnow as well, which I don't like running Abomasnow necessarily, but it is going to be good in this meta. There's a lot of water around, and it's decent against Steelix as well, but it's really bad against Vigoroth, so it's kind of risky to go that way, especially when I was saying I like to go triple like neutral against it. Another thing to note here is the Shadow Quagsire is running Aqua Tail. I kind of looked at the matchups of why I would want to run Aqua Tail, because it is an elite TM move. You can't just get this move by using your TMs. Please do not waste your TMs. your regular TMs and then get frustrated and not get this move, because it is a community day move. So yeah, Aquatail is just a little better since it's buffed this season than Mud Bomb, but they kind of hit all the same things. I couldn't really find anything that was going to hit different, and so I just think it's the buffed move going into the season. So the last team on this page is going to be Altaria with Steelix and Obstagoon. So Altaria is good against Vigoroth. It's decent. There is Rock Slide. This team is kind of a little weak to Vigoroth, but Steelix is okay in a Vigoroth because it's only getting hit super effective from the counters, but it is not really getting hit by its resistance to both of the charge moves that Vigoroth has in Body Slam and Rock Slide. So it's okay. And then Obstagoon's obviously double weak to fighting, but it does have fighting moves of its own, which are going to be super effective into the Vigoroth. So if you do get a huge energy advantage before they can come into with their Vigoroth, a Cross Chop's going to do a ton of damage to Vigoroth. This team is definitely on the riskier side, but it does showcase the Shadow Steelix that I was talking about, so I probably will use this team at some point, or at least some version of this. Yeah, and then going back to the Mandibuzz thing against the Steelix. So Steelix in this cup's going to be really good with Psychic Fang and Crunch, and both of those are resisted. And even if you had the Earthquake, that is also resisted by Mandibuzz, which is why Mandibuzz does a decent job into this team. All right, let's go into some Ultra League teams here. We're not going to go too heavy into these as we have gone over some of these before. This is the team that I was using at the beginning of the season, and I know that Juanillo, who's usually a page 1 leaderboarder from Spain, he used this team and said it gained him like 350 points. This is the team I definitely would use. Again, we talked about this team in the Ultra League team video, which you could click at the end of this video. I guess I will put it at the end of this video as something you guys can click if you want to go more into detail on these. But yeah, we ended up using Dragon Breath Giratina Altered instead of what we said in that video was going to be Shadow Claw, because we accidentally used it, and it actually is very good, and I think better than the Shadow Claw version. Okay. Let me move this again. Where can I go? Okay. This is another one of the just kind of basic teams that was around way before Feraligatr came in, but it used to be a Shadow Swampert in this spot, or even regular Swampert's fine. And it's going to be Registeel Cresselia core, and again, you can use Swampert in that third slot, which is going to be your finisher. Also, instead of your Safe Swap Cresselia, you can also go with Safe Swap Giratina, and I think in this version, it might be a little better to use Dragon Claw, or Shadow Claw. But you could try out Dragon Breath as well and see how that goes. All right, this is a team where we have Greedent safe lead, and then you make sure you're running Crunch on Greedent instead of Trailblaze, and then obviously Body Slam and Mudshot as the fast attack. And then it's just, I really loved Annihilate in Ultra League, so just trying to find more teams with it. And Skeledirge has its places. Obviously, Reggie and Cresselia are a bit of the old guard, but obviously Skeledirge is insane against both of those. So if you're running into a lot of those old Mon, Skeledirge is the way to break that core. Alright, I really didn't like this team, so I think that's going to be the end of the video, because I really hated this team, by the way. Alright, yeah, thanks for coming by. I just wanted it to be a quick video. Again, the outro will play right after I'm done talking here, and it'll list that Ultra League team video. You guys can click on that and get more more detailed than I was in this one. I just wanted to, again, reiterate some of the teams I liked in Ultra League, and yeah, if you want to go into more detail, click on that video. Again, thank you for coming to the channel. Like and subscribe if you liked the video and if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.